So in the previous lecture we have seen how to calculate dead load and live load on a beam, right? So today we are going to discuss one of the important laws of IS 456-2000. So let me share the code with you. So as you can see on your screen, this is clause number 22.4.1 and which is on page number 35, structural frames, right? If you see in that this is important clause, consideration arrangement for imposed loads. So consideration may be limited to combination of first design dead load on all spans with full design imposed load on two adjacent spans, and design dead load on all spans with full design imposed loads on alternate spans, right? And second one is when design imposed load does not exceed 3/4 of design dead load, the load arrangement may be design dead load and design imposed load on all spans. So it is for load condition, that which load condition we are supposed to take. So let us check this condition for our case. Ultimately we need to check our design imposed load, which is live load. We need to check it whether it is less than 3/4 of dead load, right? So let's go to the board. So if you can remember, we have calculated our dead load as 32.75. So dead load is 32.75 kilonewton into meter, and live load we have calculated as 18 kilonewton per meter, right? So now we need to check our condition. So first we need to find out 3/4 of dead load. So let us calculate 3/4 multiplied by dead load, which is 3/4 multiplied by 32.75. So if you calculate this value, you will get this value as 24.56. 24.56 kilonewton meter, right? And so now here the live load is less than, therefore live load is less than 3/4 of dead load. This is the condition that we are getting in our case. Live load is less than 3/4 of dead load. So therefore as per IS 456-2000 that we have seen recently, and clause number 22.4.1, if live load is less than 0.75 dead load, the load arrangement may be designed as dead load and live load on all span, right? So load cases required are dead load and live load, and no different load cases are required. So therefore total load on beam B19, total load on beam B19, right? So this is for the previous 18 and 20. Same way we need to calculate for B19. So if you remember, we have calculated 30.82 is the dead load. So 30.82 is the dead load, plus we need to add the live load also, so which was 16. Live load is 16. If you make the summation of this two, you will get total load on beam 19 as 46.82 kilonewton per meter, right? This is per meter, right? Per meter. This is UDL, right? So this completes our load calculation on our span beam 18, 19 and 20, right? So this was the important clause which I wanted to recreate with you. This clause number, right? So you need to take care of this. These questions can be asked in your interviews also when you go for the interviews. So these are very important points to be remembered, right? So now let us draw a substitute frame for beam B18, 19 and 20, because we are going to use moment distribution method for the design, right? So let me draw a substitute frame. How it will look like. This is the side view, right? So this is one span and this one is second span, right? These are all our columns, vertical lines are columns, So what we are drawing a substitute frame, right? So this is my substitute frame showing the three different beams, right? 18, 19 and 20. So this is beam 18, 19 and 20, and over this I have a UDL that is acting on beam 18 and 20. What is the UDL intensity we are getting? We are getting it as 50.75. So this is 50.75 kilonewton per meter. Here also 50.75 kilonewton per meter, and for beam B19 we are having 46.82. So here 46.82 kilonewton per meter, right? So then we need to name this frame. So beams are named horizontally A, B, C, D, right? So this is my point A, B, C, D. Then I need to name the column points, right? So E, F, G, H are top. This is E, F, G, H, and I, J, K, L. Right, so this is how we can draw a substitute frame for beam B18, 19 and 20. And we need to note down the heights also. This is height which is given in the data. This is 3.35 meter. Similarly, this is height between two floors, 3.35 meters. Right? So this is called substitute frame for beam 18, 19 and 20. And we need to write the dimensions of beam also, right? So this is 6 meter, then this one is 4 meter, and this one is again 6 meter. Right, so this is your substitute frame, and you are supposed to solve this substitute frame using the moment distribution method. Right, you are supposed to solve this frame using the moment distribution method. Right, so we see that moment distribution method in the next session. Right, so this is it from this session. I hope you are learning something new from this sessions that I am putting up. Right? I am trying to put the sessions as short as possible so that you can complete this design of G+3 building step by step. Right? If I record the whole video together, it will be around 2.5 hours. Right? So I am trying to keep it short and sweet so that you can understand each and every topic in detail. So thank you so much for watching this session, and do not forget to like this session and share with your friends. And if you still not have subscribed my channel, I would like you to request you to please subscribe the channel and also hit the bell button so that you do not miss out any future uploads for this lecture session. Thank you so much. See you in the next session.